Universal Soldier was a pretty good, awesome Jean-Claude Van Damme flick. It spun out numerous sequels, and I'm going to be talking about this sequel right here, not the first of the made-for-TV films, because, well, I don't know how those would turn out. I'm going to talk about the actual, real continuation to the first film, and why did it deserves to be, I don't know, and completely understanding that this really blew it at the box office. Prepare yourselves, because here's my review of Universal Soldier The Return. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is the Big D. Well, I'm just going to call myself that. I'm not going to use my normal name anymore. But anyway, I'm the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a review of the 1999 sci fi action flick Universal Soldier The Return, released by TriStar, directed by Mick Rogers, written by William Malone and Jeff Fasano, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme reprising his role from the original first film. Though this is the fourth overall film in the series, this is actually the real sequel to the original. The film also has Michael Jai White, Kiana Tom, Daniel Von Bargen, and Bill Goldberg. The film was released on August 20th, 1999, but unfortunately, it really got dissed even more than the original, and it bombed at the box office. Now, if you have not seen my review of the first Universal Soldier, I would recommend you check it out before going into this vid. Give you just a little time to do that before I get started. Okay, now I'll do it. Okay, on with the story. At least 15 years after Andrew Scott's death, former Unisol Luke Devereaux has been reverted to normal via genetic procedures. He currently works as a technical expert for the U.S. government with his new partner Maggie, who has been through countless hours of combat training with him. They work to refine and perfect the Unisol program in an effort to make a new, stronger breed of soldiers that are more sophisticated and intelligent to reduce the use of normal human soldiers in the battlefield. All of the new Unisols, known as Unisols 2500, which are faster and stronger than the original Unisols, are connected via neural implants through a sentient artificial intelligence computer system called SETH, which stands for Self Evolving Thought Helix. When Seth discovers that the Unisol program is scheduled to be shut down because of budget cuts, he finds this to be a disgrace and decides to take action by formulating a plot to overthrow mankind and take over the world with his own massive army of Unisols. The next day, Seth unleashes a platoon of Unisols led by the muscle-bound Romeo in a hostile takeover of the Unisol building, resulting in the deaths of many occupants, including Dr. Dylan Cotner, who was responsible for reverting Luke back to normal. As such, Luke, Maggie, and the others are forced to evacuate. With the help of a rogue cyberpunk named Squid, Seth is able to put himself into a Unisol body superior to the others. In the meantime, Maggie noticed that Luke's daughter Hillary has suffered brain swelling after almost being attacked by Romeo, and Maggie takes her to the local hospital. Luke attempts to find a way to shut down Seth with help from ambitious reporter Aaron Young, whose cameraman died in the massacre. General Radford wants to take extreme measures to stop Seth by sending in troops, but most of the troops alongside a TV reporter and her crew were massacred by 4 Unisols. Even when Luke tried to lead a team of U.S. Army Rangers commanded by Captain Blackburn and Sergeant Morrow, most of the Rangers, including Blackburn and Morrow, are killed when a Unisol sentry sees them sneaking into the building. Luke and Aaron then track down Squid after learning that he was a former member of the Unisol program, but Seth arrives and kills him, revealing an ultimatum to Luke. He must give up the secret code that is needed to deactivate a built-in program that will shut Seth down in a matter of hours so that no one will stop him. To ensure that Luke will cooperate, a departing Seth got Romeo to track down Hillary at the hospital, and Seth kidnaps her, while Romeo kills Maggie and several hospital guards. Upon return to the Unisol building, Seth deactivated a time bomb implanted by Radford to prevent the Unisol building from being destroyed, much to Radford's outrage. Now stop this video immediately. I'm going to count down right now, so if you've seen this movie already, please continue. But I think you know the rest. Okay, you've been warned. Having no other choice, Luke returns to the Unisol building again and takes down many Unisols right before learning that Maggie has been revived as a Unisol. He also learns that Seth is healing Hillary with Unisol technology, and upon deciphering code, Seth decides to kill Luke and raise Hillary as his own daughter. Eventually, Luke destroys Seth by shattering his body to pieces with liquid nitrogen, but the remaining Unisols are still active. Even Romeo catches and defeats Luke in combat, intending to kill him, and Hillary and lead the remaining Unisols into battle. However, Maggie, who has been freed due to Seth's demise, shoots Romeo and allows Luke and Hillary to leave, asking Luke to blow up the building with herself, Romeo, and the remaining Unisols inside, as she refuses to live the rest of her life as a Unisol. Luke reluctantly obliged Maggie's wishes by setting off the time bomb to destroy the building, killing the remaining Unisols for good. Luke then reunites with Aaron and Hillary, satisfied that they have put an end to Seth's plot and avenged their loved ones. End of story. So, what did I think of Universal Soldier: The Return? Well, I've seen this several times, even though I failed to see the original though. But this film ended up being a guilty pleasure, because I really will say Jean-Claude Van Damme still nails it in his return as Luke Devereaux. I mean, I think even though as much as I really liked him in the first film, he's just about as good in this one. And he really does kick some serious ass. Upon its release, the film bombed at the box office, failing to make only $10 million on its $22 to $45 million budget, and reviews were heavily negative. The film sits at a mere 5% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying the film falls on almost every level, from its generic story to its second-rate action and subpar performances. Metacritic has it a score of 24, and Audiences Polled by CinemaScore gave this an average C minus. In another bad review, James Berardinelli gave this 1.5 stars out of 4 and remarked, some of the explosions are cool. There's an exploitively entertaining sequence in a strip joint that features a bevy of topless women still. Despite all the pyrotechnics, I almost dozed off twice. Well, that's understandable. But yes, I mean, an entertaining sequence in a strip joint, yeah, that made it pretty good. But the explosions were pretty cool as well. Variety magazine called it an underwhelming follow-up to one of the career-stalled action stars' better efforts. LA Weekly described the film as a mind-numbing exercise in body counts and big tits. Yeah. However, Mike LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle wrote a mixed review, saying the film has a shameless B-movie exuberance, and that is nothing for anyone to be proud of on either side of the screen, but it's a lively 90 minutes. Kevin Thomas of the LA Times called it a satisfying sequel. That's completely understandable. So I actually kind of liked it a little. I mean, considering this was so underrated and what have you. Don Davis's score was completely fine. It also had a pretty big soundtrack that included the music from songs like from artists like The Flies, Static X, Anthrax, Fear Factory, Guar, and even the song Crush 'Em by Dave Mustaine and the guys from Megadeth. Which, fun fact, prior to his return to professional wrestling in the summer of that same year, Bill Goldberg, who played Romeo in the film, spoke with officials of his employer, the WCW to allow him to use the Crush 'Em song as his walkout theme and for Megadeth to play the song live for his return on the July 5th, 1999 edition of WCW Nitro before the film was even released. Goldberg was a fan of the band and would continue to use the song as his walkout theme until October of '99. So yeah, the music has some pretty good kick-ass tunes. For the rest of the cast, now aside from Jean-Claude Van Damme, which I've already taught as Luke Devereaux, he's still good, and Bill Goldberg as Romeo, who I thought was pretty awesome and what have you. I gotta say, he was pretty good. Playing Seth in his Super Universal form is Michael Jai White. If I'm not mistaken, this was actually the second film I saw him in after Spawn a couple of years prior. Playing Aaron Young is Heidi Shands. Playing Dr. Dylan Connor is Xander Berkeley, who, of course, had recently appeared in Terminator 2, Candyman, Barbed Wire, Air Force One, and Gattaca. The following year, he would appear in Shanghai Noon. And he appeared on numerous shows, including 24 and Nikita, as well as The Mentalist in one of the Walking Dead series. Playing Captain Blackburn is Justin Lazard. Now, I will say he's pretty good. He had recently done, the previous year, he did Species 2, where he played Patrick Ross. Yes. Which, of course, I am going to be planning to review that later on this week. Playing Maggie is Kiana Tom, who mostly was well known for hosting Kiana's Flex Appeal on ESPN. She recently appeared in an episode of The Drew Carey Show the previous year, as well as a direct-to-video film called Cyber Bandits, which I've never seen before, nor have I heard of it. Daniel von Bargen plays General Radford. Of course, he's been dead for a decade. After this, he appeared on Malcolm in the Middle. He was recently Mr. Kruger on Seinfeld. Yeah. James R. Black played Sergeant Morrow. Not bad. And Karis Page Bryant played Hillary. I will say, really good. So anyway, I have to give this a little credit for what I had to offer. There is footage used from the first film in the film as well. So with everything said, Universal Soldier: The Return, well, it may not be the best of the series, but I feel like this is so underrated and what have you. I would say for a recommendation, I'd say give it a one-time watch. You may like it, you may not. If you don't like it, then stick with the original. If I do happen to watch the TV films, I might review them sometime down the road. But of course, after this, there wouldn't be another film in the series until like a decade later, when Universal Soldier Regeneration came out and Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren actually returned. And actually, it served as an alternative sequel to the original, ignoring the events of this film and the two made-for-TV sequels. But anyway, what did you think of Universal Soldier: The Return? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. And next time, I'll be doing a special TV log. I've got 2 of them. I've confirmed another one coming up. First up, before I do the She-Ra revisit, I'm going to do a TV log on the classic 70s sitcom Welcome Back, Kotter. Looking forward to doing that. So if you like this, check out these other vids. In the upper left-hand corner, you can check out my Jean-Claude Van Damme flicks ranking. Or go to the upper right hand corner and see my review of one of his really good films, Hard Target from 1993. Or if you like more Michael Jai White, check out my review of Spawn from 1997. In the bottom right hand corner is a button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, on the Big D saying, see ya.